Grease, number one up in here. Up in here.
Faulty game, and all the words you speak Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the light. Crush those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
The pearls were bound together through the storm and darkest weather. We search high, we search low, together everywhere we go.
Good. Thank you,
Justin's
baby.
here and he's going live with the best fans by my side. We're a family, we hold strong. Together we can right the wrong. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care.
Thank you,
We
baby.
clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. In the night or in the day, girls will light and lead the way. Justin's heart and your support. Together we will hold the fort.
Oh, Lord, Gina. Thank you so much, Daddy. Wow.
Lily
Thank you,
grind,
love
but
you.
we're not
Appreciate it.
stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care.
And we care. Mama.
Click play and come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun.
Here we go.
We shine brighter than the sun.
Yeah.
Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take
Well, hello, my beautiful pearls. So good to see you all. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world. And you chose to be right here. I know your time is very, very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is March 12th, 2025. It is currently 5:39 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Hello. So good to see you all. Really do appreciate you. There is some breaking news, major developments coming out of the Dominican Republic for Mrs. Shadishka. I hope I'm saying that right. Um, not good. Not good either. And I'm gonna show you those right here, right now. Um, get this. There are now naming, well, they're not naming the a person of interest, if you will, but they are saying that there is a person of interest, if you will. And let me show you. We now have photos of the last time she was walking with this guy right here. Right here it is. This is the actual photo. It's a clip from the surveillance of them at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. This is them. You remember yesterday when we was on Google Earth and we walked straight down to the beach? Remember, we was right on this, and I said, "Oh, this goes right down to the beach." This is exactly where they were at. Crazy. They allowed him to allegedly go home yesterday. Not good, if you ask me. Not good, if you ask me. But we're going to get into it right now. Guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. Would greatly appreciate it. Lots to talk about here. Lots to talk about. All right. So, before I do that, let me give a couple thank yous out. Drew, thank you so much for gifting a pearl necklace. Really do appreciate you, my dear. If you received that, make sure you give our beautiful Drew a big thank you. Thank you, Miss Maria. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day. Thank you so much, Miss Maria. Really do appreciate you, love. And thank you so much, Tina. Thank you so much, love. Really do appreciate you. If you are well. Missing Pitt student Sudiksha Konanki, I think that's how you actually say it, seen staggering while arm in arm with quote, person of interest. This is just broke in just the last little bit. Let's
Fox 5 is staying on top of
Here we go.
developments in the search for an area student who's been missing in the Dominican Republic. Loudoun County Sheriff, though, has named a suspect of interest in the case as we now get a look at a new piece of evidence.
And Fox 5's Stephanie Ramirez is live with us now. Stephanie, fill us in on the latest in this investigation and search.
Absolutely, Marissa, Steve. So we do need to make clear that a person of interest is not a suspect here. There are no criminal charges at this time, but clearly there is someone important with information on the case, and there are concerns around that person. person. Now, the new piece of evidence is surveillance video. Let's get a look at that right now. The video obtained by the Dominican Republic news site Noticias, seen from last Thursday, March.
All right, let me pull this filter off for a second, and so you guys can see it better. Well, because it's already got some sort of filter on it.
Is surveillance video. Let's get a look at that right now. The video obtained by the Dominican Republic news site Noticias, seen from last Thursday, March 6th at around 4:30 in the morning, showing 20-year-old Sudiksha Konanki with friends and a young man. Now, authorities say that after a walk to the resort's beach early that morning,
Wow.
the friends later returned
staggering.
Konanki and the young man staying.
I mean, look, she's staggering, y'all. You can tell that, you know, I mean, they're young. They're young. She's 20 years old. You can drink there. 20 years old. She's on vacation. She met a guy having fun. But this, he's staggering too. This, it gives me Natalie Holloway vibes. I don't know. By the way, Natalie Holloway's mom, Beth Holloway, she has spoke on this. And we're going to look at that in a moment too.
Behind, Konanki went with 5 female University of Pittsburgh friends to the Dominican Republic for spring break. She and her family, they live in Loudoun County. Now, Dominican Republic authorities, they presumed that she had drowned based on information that they were given by people involved. But the Loudoun County Sheriff, Mike Chapman, he insists there is still no evidence of that. The sheriff office is calling 24-year-old Joshua Ribe the person of interest in this case. There's been numerous reports that he is cooperating, but has also given conflicting accounts. And there are questions on when she was reported missing. Fox 5 David Kaplan in the community speaking with the family's neighbor.
I can't imagine. I can't put in anybody in their shoes. This is she's a very sweet kid. She is literally kind of a role model in our street.
Loudoun County Sheriff's Office has been in direct contact with the FBI, which is the lead agency for the United States in this multi-jurisdictional missing persons case. And I'm told they also do not believe Konanki and the 24-year-old knew one another before this. Steve?
All right, Stephanie, thanks very much. That 24-year-old, an American college student.
I mean, you know, when you go, when you're at, like, in a different country, if you see like another American there, it does not matter who they are. It's like seeing a family member almost, because they're American, right? And so, or Canadian, you know, it's like, oh my God, we're the same people. You know what I mean? So you kind of bond instantly in that. So it's, chilling new surveillance footage shows missing University of Pittsburgh student Miss Konanki staggering while walking arm in arm with an Iowa man identified as a, quote, person of interest, end quote, in her disappearance as the search for the co-ed enters the 6th day. We're at 6 days now. Oh my God. Okay. Joshua Stephen Ribe, a Tiny Rock Rapids, has been identified as the last person to see the 20-year-old student alive early on March 6th at an upscale Punta Cana resort, according to local authorities. The new footage shows the pair walking near the beach around 4:15 a.m., at one point also seen holding hands while Konanki's spring break friends stroll nearby. Here is a photo of the two. And who was it that just mentioned that a second ago? They made a very good point. It was Ori. It looks like he was Snapchatting or something like that. He did look like that. He certainly, so that might get a bit interesting, right? To see that on his phone. Is the guy also a wrestler? I don't know, Debbie. I don't know. Yesterday, I couldn't even find a picture of him. I know he's from Iowa, and I know that he's had about 3 different accounts of his story. and that's really all we know. This is from the front, and this is from the back. Here's a better picture of him right here. Oh, let me take this down. Here's a better picture of him. Looks like a little corn-fed Iowan guy. You know what I mean? He seems obviously involved. Too easy. He was a high school wrestler. I can see he's got big arms. Look here. Look at his arms. See, he's got those wrestler arms, doesn't he? So there's that. All his stories involve her being in the water. What's, like I said, for me, what is most concerning is he says they got in this big wave and he threw up, got on one of the chairs, and then fell asleep. And then when he woke up hours later, we're talking 3.5 hours later, he then goes to his hotel. So I think that's strange, but he's been cooperating, so there's that. Ribe is in a muscle shirt, holds his phone, seemingly taking selfies as the pair struggle to walk in a straight line, with the still missing student appearing to stagger at times. The Dominican Republic National Police reported that Konanki from Virginia and her pals spilled out onto the beach from a disco at the Rua Republica Hotel following a power outage. Most of the group left the beach around 5:50 in the morning, leaving the two behind, the police said. According to local reports, Ribe has given 3 accounts of what happened next, saying he got out of the rough surf and passed out drunk on the beach, only to wake to find Konanki was gone. In an email that posted on Wednesday, Chad Quinn, a spokesperson for the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office in Konanki's hometown, confirmed Ribe was a person of interest in the case, but cautioned against jumping to conclusions. Quote, this is not at this time a criminal investigation. So let's be clear, he is not a suspect, only a person of interest, Quinn said. Quote, it is our understanding that he is a U.S. citizen who was vacationing in Punta Cana, not part of the group traveling with the missing person. And as you see here, they got search, people out, dogs, all of that. Quote, a number of people have been interviewed at the Dominican National Police with the assistance of the FBI that is continuing. Our office will have presence on the ground today. Authorities in the Caribbean islands said approximately 300 law enforcement personnel are involved in the search, including the FBI, the agency confirmed this week. The rough surf has complicated the hunt. Local police initially suggested that Konanki drowned during the early swim. However, her family believes she is a victim of a crime and may have been abducted. In a press release, National Police officials have not confirmed reports that Ribe's passport has been seized. Ooh, that's interesting. Ribe's father could not be reached for comment Wednesday. He declined to comment on the case when reached by the Post earlier this week. So there is that. You know who he looks like? You know who this guy looks like? a young Tim Kaine. Is that who he was that ran with Kamala Harris? That's who it reminds me of. He may or may not be involved. We don't know at this time. No idea. Did someone see them swimming? Not that I'm aware of. They wouldn't confirm whether it was ceased or not. Right? He is still there. His passport was taken. Is a Grammy, or he's still in the island? That's interesting. Okay. Let's do this. Neil Patrick Harris too. Yeah, I can see that. I sure can.
Meet Avocado's best-selling green mattress.
She is a beautiful young lady. And it's very tragic. 20 years young. You go to have the time of your life and end up,
Complete your best.
Deceased. It's terrible. 1 second. We got a long ass commercial here.
Identities other than the one of the missing student from the University of Pittsburgh. 20-year-old Sudiksha Konanki was last seen on surveillance camera with 7 other people. The Dominican National Emergency System is coordinating search efforts on the island for Konanki. And what I was able to find out overnight through a law enforcement source in the Dominican Republic was that a young man is being interviewed by the Dominican National Police because he is believed to have been the last person she was with. 20-year-old Sudiksha Konanki was last seen on surveillance camera with 7 other people entering the beach at the Rio Republica Hotel in Punta Cana on Thursday at 4:15 in the morning. According to my source, Kate, 5 young women and 1 young man who were with her left the beach.
That's a very good point. Juicy Jello. I forgot to mention that yesterday we were reading that, and her dad said her friends had her phone and purse. That they were at the hotel room. So that's a little sus too, right? Wasn't that hotel evacuated because of fire alarm or something? That's why there was out at that time. There was an electrical outage. They said the beach had no lights on it at all, and the power outage, it would have been pitch black. The resort was chaos. And there's a good video by a guest on Fox. Thank you. And that's a good point too, right? That's a good point too. I mean, if there is no light around, you're out there at the beach and there's waves, you don't know what's coming at you, so you could drown that way.
Beach area at 5:55 a.m. But Konanki stayed behind with 1 young man who was also part of the group. That young man is seen on surveillance video leaving the beach area 4 hours later at 9:55 in the morning. Konanki was reported missing at 4 in the afternoon that very same day. Overnight, I also spoke on the phone with her father, who has traveled to the Dominican Republic. Subaraidu Konanki described his daughter as a very nice girl and a very ambitious young woman who wanted to pursue a career in medicine. She's a pre-med student at the University of Pittsburgh, where she was a junior.
Is that it? I guess that's it. Let's see if it says anything new. The Dominican Republic receives more than 11 million visitors per year. That is a lot. and prides itself on being a safe place for tourists. Quote, "We are one of the safest countries, not just in Latin America, but in the world in every aspect," end quote, he said. Konaki's disappearance and authorities search for her in the water and on land comes nearly 2 months after 4 tourists died after being swept away by strong currents off the coast near Punta Cana, according to the Dominican Republic Civil Defense Agency. So 2 months ago, just 2 months ago, 4 tourists was swept out. It's very possible. 5 drownings this year at that resort. Damn. This is why I don't go in over my ankles. This is why. I'm telling you. The 4 tourist bodies were recovered in January after they were swept away off Gorda Beach, an area of resort in Punta Cana. The Civil Defense Agency said in a social media post the 4 had drowned on January 18th. The Associated Press reported 2 other people also were swept away with the 4, but survived. So 6 total. The Civil Defense Agency said at the time of January drownings, a red flag was flying at the beach, warning dangerous ocean conditions such as strong currents and rough seas, the Associated Press reported at the time. Okay. The sheriff's office in Virginia, Loudoun County, where Konaki's family lives, told CNN it is advised that the water was rough in Punta Cana that night. Konanki went missing last week, but did not confirm whether any warnings were in place. Again, these are the 4 friends that she was with, and she met this guy. Let's see here. Konanki, let's see here. Cameras later captured 5 women and 1 man leaving the beach around 4:55 a.m. But not Konanki, 2 sources close to the investigation told CNN. Konanki appears to have stayed behind with the man in his 20s, according to a law enforcement source familiar with the investigation. Surveillance video showed the man leaving the beach area just before 9 a.m. local time Thursday without Konanki, the 2 sources close to the investigation said. Authorities have been interviewing the man, though he is not considered a suspect at the time, just a person of interest. He was being kept in a hotel room under police watch as the probe continues, but he is not officially detained, a source familiar with the investigation told CNN. He told authorities they both went in the ocean, but he felt sick, got out of the water, and fell asleep on the lounge chair, according to the source, which, you know, he's 23, I think, something years old. And you can, you know, if you drink too much, you can feel sick, pass out as well. It's very plausible. So there is that. Another law enforcement source briefed on the investigation said the man was interviewed by police several times and provided different details, but there was no significant inconsistencies in his recounting of the events that night. That's good. The source said translation issues may be the reason for the differences. Interesting. When Konanki didn't come back to her room, her companions searched for her, according to the law enforcement source. The group reported her missing to the hotel staff around 4 p.m. Thursday, the RIU hotel chain said in a release. Konanki's was found on a Konaki's clothes were found on a lounge chair on the beach, but there were no signs of violence, a source familiar with the investigation tells CNN. Konaki's disappearance came a day after the power outage started at the hotel. The facility's operator, RIU Hotel and Resort, said Wednesday power was restored to 70% of the facility by early March 5th, 2 hours after the outage began, and was fully restored by 2:13 in the morning, March 6th, the company said. So obviously, by the time that they were walking, the power was restored, as you can tell. 1 second, y'all. Okay. So let's see here. Everybody is so worried. In the days since a massive search effort involving dogs, drones, and helicopters does not appear to have produced any solid leads about Konaki's whereabouts. Konaki's father said his daughter is, quote, a very nice girl, end quote, and, quote, wanted to pursue a career in medicine. She was visiting Punta Cana for spring break ahead of her pre-med studies, her father said. Originally from India, Konaki's family has been in the United States since 2006 and are permanent residents living in Virginia. Those in her hometown are praying for a safe return. Quote, it's already 4 days. Now it's been 6, I believe, and everyone is so worried, end quote. And you see him here. On Monday, the Dominican police said they were re-interviewing people who had been with Konanki and employees of the hotel while they were staying. This is the thing. This is the thing that I mean, you can look at his story as plausible. You can also look at it as, well, that's kind of strange. But if like something happened to her, I don't know how he would get rid of her. Right? Because he's drunk. And I'm sure he doesn't have a car. We'll see if the parents get him an attorney. Yeah, it's still a good idea to get an attorney. You know what I mean? And Maurice, thank you so much, my dear. So generous of you, my loving. Thank you, Justin, for all you do. Truly appreciate your dedication and biased opinion and total respect. My mama's favorite person to watch may not understand every show at 87, just loves watching you. Oh, thank you, Maurice. Give mama big hugs and kisses for me. I really do appreciate that, honey. That's very sweet. Bless your mama. Bless her. Justin, I'm a pieces and hate the water. I almost drowned when I was 9 in Monterey Bay. I only walked the shoreline. Yeah, pretty much me too. Yeah, I mean it's but but the thing, I don't know how he would get, but what does concern me is yesterday they were just saying this is a drowning. There's there's no foul play suspected or anything, but today they're naming a person of interest. So you don't really know which way to go, with this. We're just going to have to wait it out. Literally anything is plausible here. Now, I was trying to think, if tell me what you would do. So let's say you and a guy or a girl or whoever are on the beach together, you know, you're making out or doing, talking, whatever the hell you're doing. And y'all get in the water and the waves hit you. You get out of the water and you throw up. And you lay on the chair and you either pass out because you've been drinking or you fall asleep. And you don't wake up for like 3.5 hours later or so. And you get up and you go to your room. What is your opinion on that? Did it, was it just you know, they're in their 20s, they're doing their thing or whatever. She might have, you know, he might have assumed she went back to her room, or should he have checked on her? Did he have her phone number? I don't know. I don't know that answer. I mean, he was essentially on the beach from, what was it, 4:30 to close to 10 o'clock. That's a long time. He should have looked for her and then tell someone at the resort. They need to get his phone. It might have answers, perhaps. No, Carmelita, he is not one of the friends on the vacation. Nope. He's just another American there in the DR, in the Dominican Republic. And they met. I guess that they had just met that night or whenever, a day or so before, maybe. Does he have a record? I don't think so. Melissa says, I'm surprised I'm still alive with the things I did in my 20s. Oh, Melissa. Justin, wouldn't you get out of the water if you Justin, wouldn't you get out of the water if you were her, seeing that he didn't feel good? Yes. Yes, I would. True, and that's a fair point. Very fair point. But from what I understand, he says that, like, a wave got him. And, I guess separated him. But like me, if I was him, right? And let's just say I got out and I puked and a wave swept us and I passed out. And I woke up the next, hours later. I would definitely want to check on that person who I was with. But I also know when you're 20 something, it doesn't, you just don't, you really feel invincible at that age. Unfortunately, a lot of people do. Wonder if he tried to call her. Well, she didn't have her phone, and I'm sure he knew she didn't have a phone. Right? And that's, you could make that point too. She didn't have a phone. He didn't, I'm sure he knew she didn't have a phone. It was back at the room. If someone could take advantage of someone more that way, you know what I mean? I thought they all went to the beach at the same time. They all went to the beach at 4:30, but the other friends left a short time later, and the 2 was just left there. No, Sleuth the Mama, they haven't. He might have thought the girl snuck out on me. Maybe he didn't want to call her after that. I don't know. I mean, if it was as big of a wave as, that would be concerning. That would be concerning for me. But I also understand age, young, and alcohol. And Justin, when he woke up, he would have seen her clothes on the lounger next to him. Very good point. Very good point. That's a very good point, Julia. So wouldn't he wonder where she was without the clothes? That's a very good point. Very good point. Yes. Thank you so much, Sensi. Really do appreciate you. Yeah, yeah. I will say that also, from, culturally, um, she may not be, she may, some people save themselves, if you know what I mean. Like abstinence is a really big thing for some cultures or some faiths, or just your own personal choice. And sometimes younger guys can be a little sideways, if you know what I mean. Especially if she's without a phone, but I don't know. Bushi, thank you so much. He made wave with her in the sea against her will after he threw up, buried her in the sand. He made his, I think you mean he made his way with her in the sea against her will after he threw up, buried her in the sand. Ooh. Wow. You never know. You never know. I hope this is just an accident at the very, you know. Polygraphs could not be admissible. Well, we're talking, the laws in the Dominican Republic, right? I'm glad the FBI is on it. I'm certainly glad the FBI is on it. I can honestly see both ways in this. I really can. But what is interesting to me is yesterday, up till yesterday, and the days prior, they said this is just a drowning. There's no persons of interest. There's no suspects we're looking for. And today, they says there's a person of interest. They've allegedly cut his passport off, and we're here, right? So it's a little scary. It's a little scary. I don't know. Need to find the background where he lives. Is ICU in here? Natalie Holloway, mom, Miss Beth Holloway. She's amazing, by the way. Addresses Miss Konanki's case, 20-year-old, after her own daughter vanished in the Caribbean. Of course, Natalie Holloway disappeared in Aruba in 2005, 20 years before Konanki's disappearance in the Dominican Republic. That's eerie. That's eerie. Literally 20 years ago. She's 20 years old. She was being born when Natalie went missing. That's kind of gives you chills. Yes, DC. Yes. And if you remember those days, yep, I think Natalie and I were the same age. Um, I just, if you remember those days, this Natalie Holloway case, it was insane back then. Everyone, every American was, or people across the world were speaking about it. And, used to see Nancy Grace on HLN. I miss those nighttime crime shows with Nancy Grace and all those. Bombshell tonight. Beth Holloway, the mother of Natalie Holloway, has spoken out following the disappearance of 20-year-old college student in the Dominican Republic. University of Pittsburgh student Sudiksha Konanki was last seen early in the morning on March 6th on the beach of the Republica Resort in Punta Cana, Dominican, authorities said. Konanki, who lives in Loudoun County, Virginia, had been traveling with a group of 6 females, Pittsburgh students. Natalie Holloway was an 18-year-old from Alabama on a high school graduation trip when she vanished on the beach in Aruba in 2005. It has been nearly 2 decades before Jordan Vandersloot admitted to killing her. We knew that all along, but I'm glad the bastard finally admitted it. Psychopath. In the year since her daughter's death, Natalie's mother has been an advisor to families whose loved ones have gone missing. Beth Holloway spoke to Fox News following Konanki's disappearance. We're going to play that in just a moment. See if it'll play this commercial while I'm. Bear with me. Okay. Quote, the family is so fortunate to have an American embassy there to work with, end quote, Beth Holloway said in a statement to the outlet. I did not have that in Aruba. Aruba completely screwed up Natalie's case. They did not want it to hurt tourism at all. They did everything they could to hide when everyone knew.
Of 20-year-old
Hold on
college
one second.
student Sudiksha Konanki in the moments before her disappearance in the Dominican Republic on spring break 5 days ago. The FBI has now joined the search for her this hour. Her mom and dad say that the last time they spoke with her was the night before she disappeared. There's new reporting this hour involving the person who apparently last saw her alive and what he has been telling authorities. TJ Ward was a private investigator in the Natalie Holloway case. She disappeared on her 2005 school trip in Aruba. Why he says, quote, somebody took this young girl away or somebody is holding her somewhere. We're going to find out why this investigator believes that is the situation. But first, let's go to correspondent Nate Foy reporting live in Punta Cana. Hi, Nate.
Hey, Martha, the search is intensifying now on day 5, and we're going to show you that search effort momentarily. But I really want to harp in on that brand new video at 3 showing the final moments that Sudiksha Konanki is seen alive, at least to this point. Take a look. So this is the surveillance video from the hotel. It looks like she's having a good time. In one of the shots here, you're going to see the young man that she was with. It looks like he's taking a selfie as they walk out to the beach, which happened at about 4:50 a.m. last Thursday morning. The rest of the people that she was with came back into the hotel at 5:55 a.m., but she stayed out with that gentleman that she's seen with, who reportedly told Dominican police that they went swimming, and he got out of the water because the waves were so rough. He threw up and then passed out on the beach. Dominican police say they are re-interviewing all witnesses today to corroborate all information. We're also learning around this time that she went missing that the Rio Hotel had a power outage. The hotel tells Fox News.
I mean, that's a good point. That's a good point. She would be much more vulnerable. I mean, he's a wrestler. That is a good point. That's fair. That is if, something like that happened.
Digital quote, we deeply regret the power failure that affected the Rio Republica Hotel last week. From the moment the problem was detected in the early hours of Wednesday, March 5th, until it was completely resolved in the early hours of Thursday, March 6th. Now, that is exactly the time that Konanki went missing. Her parents are in Punta Cana calling for a thorough investigation, and her family friends are saying the same. Listen to this.
More pressure to the local government, either by our county officials or FBI or whoever is needed, so that they expand their search and then so that we get some answers.
Martha, I just want to show you real quick. You see some rescue workers, searchers loading up into this boat. We've seen scuba divers surveying the water, and notice just on the other side of them.
I mean, look how beautiful it is there. I hate how Fox does this. The video goes in. Look how in blurs. Look how beautiful it is there.
A lot of people enjoying their spring break, so there's no really defined.
I mean, the water.
Martha, I just want to show you real quick. You see some rescue workers, searchers loading up into this boat. We've seen scuba divers surveying the water, and notice just on the other side of them, it's a lot of people enjoying their spring break. So there's no really defined search area at this point. The workers are sort of doing their thing amongst all these people who are on vacation. Again, day 5, still no answers. We'll send it back to you, Martha.
Terrible torture for this family. Nate, thank you.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Go back. Okay. Let's see here. Give me 1 second, y'all. I thought Beth Holloway might have spoken. Let me see if I'm trying to find it if she spoke anywhere. Let's see if there's a video of her anywhere. Yeah, I don't think there's a video anywhere. Let's try this. When was this? That was 2 days ago. We need something today. That's the new surveillance. Okay, here we go. Let me share WTAE Pittsburgh 9 hours ago. Let me put this in here. W full credit. What is it? WTAE. WTAE TV. All right. Full credit goes to WTAE. Let me take this down. WTAE TV. There we go. Link is provided in the description and in chat. Using this under the Fair Use Act of 1976 for commentary criticism purposes.
News: the Sheriff's Department in Loudoun County, Virginia, just confirming to Pittsburgh's Action News 4 a person of interest has been named in the disappearance of Pitt student Sudiksha Konanki in the Dominican Republic. Konanki has been missing since last Thursday in Punta Cana. ABC News has been told by Dominican officials they believe she drowned. The Virginia Sheriff's Office says the person of interest in this missing persons case is Joshua Ribe, and they have no further statement right now. So far, he has not been charged with a crime.
She's going to be a doctor. Going to be a doctor.
Get some more information on that all day.
As the search intensifies for that missing woman, tonight we're learning new details about her disappearance, and we're also learning just how difficult that ocean rescue may be for crews.
It poses a greater risk and difficulty in that aspect. Amount of water, how strong the currents are, the waves coming down can hit someone, knock someone over, the type of land that's underneath the water, rocks depend on the shoreline, and just the vast majority of it.
20-year-old Sudiksha Konanki was last seen at a resort in the Dominican Republic where she was on a spring break trip with 5 other female students from the university. Just hours ago, the police in the Dominican Republic releasing new information about the investigation, saying that they've learned from the hotel her disappearance coincided with a power outage that prompted multiple guests to head to the beach. Dominican police are also re-interviewing people who were at the resort with Konanki before she vanished at the beach in front of the resort. The last information officials have is that she was with a man who police have not identified nor are treating as a suspect, was last seen with Konanki, confirms they were in the ocean together when a wave crashed into them. Here in Allegheny County, the Swiftwater Rescue Team primarily focus on river rescues. They say in their cases, it may be easier to get to a victim before they drown, but that's not always the case for the ocean.
Where the ocean comes in to danger to even the greatest swimmers is things like the rip currents and the waves, knocking them over. Once you get knocked over, holding them down.
Now, police told ABC News initially that Konanki's clothes were found by a portable beach bed near the ocean, but the Civil Defense Agency confirmed that is not true. Reporting in Stowe Township, Yasmin Rodriguez, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Yeah, Mike. Well, this is definitely on the minds of Pitt students we spoke with who just got back from spring break themselves. Now, as for the latest on the investigation, police sources told ABC News Konanki's clothes were found on the beach she was believed to have gone for a swim at.
Yeah, the clothes things kind of is concerning. Thank you for sending that, Cassie. Jennifer Coffindaffer was on News Nation talking about this. We're going to view this. Credit goes to our friends at News Nation.
This morning surrounding the U.S. college student who vanished on spring break in the Dominican Republic. Authorities in the United States are calling on Interpol to issue a worldwide missing person alert, what's called a yellow notice for Sudiksha Konanki. That request filed by the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office in Virginia. New overnight, Dominican police say that they're expanding their surveys of nearby surveillance cameras and re-interviewing people who are with or may have seen the 20-year-old, including hotel staff. Here's what we know so far. Konanki was last seen on security cameras headed out to the beach.
I think it's like the little, like the little beach robe you wear. I think it's something like that was found.
After a night out with friends on Wednesday. Then early Thursday morning, she was seen with a man who claimed that they were swept up by a wave. It was about 4:50 a.m. He came back to shore, showed up at the hotel hours later, but said he couldn't find her in the water. Investigators have discovered her clothes near the area where she was last seen. Joining me now is News Nation Law and Justice contributor Jennifer Koffendorfer. Jennifer, it's always good to have you. Let me just start with this man who says that they were swept up by the wave. I mean, I don't know about you, but if I'm with someone that's really swept up by a wave, I'm not showing up at the hotel hours later. I'm going for help pretty quickly. Does this smell fishy to you?
It smells fishy, and it just doesn't comport, Marky.
Yeah.
When the reports came in that she was swept up by a wave, the big question was, well, who saw her get swept up by the wave, and why didn't they report it imminently? Search crews could have been out there right away. She wasn't reported missing until 4 o'clock, 12 hours almost later.
And I know he says that he had gotten ill on the beach, fallen asleep there. So I'm interested to see what more he has to say. I know the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office in the United States is asking for this yellow notice, global missing person alert. What's the advantage of doing so, and is that the right move?
Well, this is the right move because we really don't know what happened to her. Could she have been trafficked? Could she be someplace else? This way, everyone is on notice in terms of enforcement units throughout the world as to this girl being missing.
I know yesterday there were reports also surfacing that it was a possible drowning. Authorities were throwing that out. Are you buying that, Jennifer?
I'm not buying it right now. The problem is there's no evidence of that. Are we to really believe this stranger, this young man who was escorting her on the beach, and then all of a sudden he passes out in a chair and she's not seen again? It's not lining up, especially when you consider the wave issues. This was not high tide. I find the whole thing to have no.
Right. It's spring break right now. Does anyone know who he was supposed to? Was he there alone? I would doubt it. I mean, I'm sure he went with someone else. He said they were in the ocean and a wave kind of swept them kind of both away. He got out of the water, threw up, and then fell asleep on one of the chairs for hours. Well, the friends, I guess they went to sleep, and when they woke up the next, I guess that morning rather, they searched around a little bit, and then they reported her missing at 4 p.m. Oh, I'm sorry you feel bad, loved ones. I hope you feel better, hon.
No merit right now.
I know her family has expressed concerns about possible foul play, including kidnapping, human trafficking. How should investigators balance these concerns from her family with this current theory suggesting a possible drowning?
I think, Marky, you have to start with what is most plausible. And what is most plausible, first of all, is that she was with this man. That's where she was last seen, Marky. We have to start with him, assume the worst, and then go from there. Again, search efforts have not proven positive, and that is a big negative for this case.
Yeah, the other new nugget.
I mean, I know I was thinking 4 o'clock, that's a little late too, but they probably didn't get to sleep till 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning because they was there at 4:30, and they probably slept 6-7 hours, 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon, and they reported her at 4. So I don't think that's
that really stands out, Jennifer, is the fact that police say her clothes have now been found on this beach bed near the shoreline. If you were there on the ground at the helm of this investigation,
But I also think they shouldn't have left her either. You know, I'm not sure you should leave one of your friends with a guy like that. But also, you're young and you do stupid things. And how many of us did stupid things when we were 20?
what would that tell you?
That would tell me that either she removed them or somebody removed them. And this whole relationship with this person she was out there with might be much more involved than just a walk on the beach and a swim.
And before I let you go, what would you be focused on today? 5 days later, as the situation continues to get more dire by the hour?
They really need to be focusing on getting all cameras in and around that area reviewed, and they need to focus on that man who saw them last. He needs polygraphed immediately.
Well, we know a lot of U.S. agencies, foreign authorities are working in tandem on this one. We'll see if we get any clarity, new answers throughout the day. Jennifer Koffendorfer, thank you for being here, my friend, as always. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com
Okay,
to find News
so
Nation on your
here we
television
go.
provider.
That's interesting. Very, very interesting. Take that off there. The girl may have requested that her friends leave so they could have could have I mean, whether she did or she didn't, it's you do stupid stuff when you're in your 20s. Regardless, I don't think anybody thought anybody was going to die that night. Right? So there's that as well. All right, guys. So we're going to be staying up to date with this. And if anything comes about with this, I'll be live. Thank you all so much for joining me. I really, really do appreciate you. I will be live here in just a little bit. Bear with me, and I'll see what time that's going to be. I will be live at 8 o'clock, maybe 7:30 Eastern time. I will be covering Sebastian Rogers' case. Got a lot to talk about. Thank you all so much for joining me. I love you all, my beautiful pearls. And I will see you guys here in a little bit. Thanks, guys. Much love. I hope this gets settled. I really hope that this was just a tragic accident. It's bad enough that one beautiful life is gone. You don't want to see two lives destroyed. You know what I mean? It's really bad. All right, guys. Good night. Not good night. See you guys in a little bit. Much love, everyone. See you all in a little bit. Bye-bye.